Have you ever felt exhausted after spending time with certain people, even close ones like friends and family? Have you noticed that some relationships bring you more stress than joy? Are you tired of feeling emotionally drained? Do you want to build a life with more lightness and joy, fulfilling your purpose as a chosen one? Today I'm going to show you 10 clear signs that it's time to cut certain ties, however difficult they may be. Identify those people who don't invest in you, who live in constant quarrels, who devalue your concerns, or who impose their religious or political beliefs. As one of the chosen ones, it is essential to protect your energy and spiritual well-being. These signs may be negatively impacting your life and mission, and it is essential to make healthier decisions for your future. Recognizing when it's time to walk away from friends who cause you stress, who constantly complain, who break promises, or who brag excessively, can free you from negative influences, making room for more genuine and positive relationships that are aligned with your divine journey. Have you ever had the feeling that you are always giving more than you receive in a friendship or relationship? This can be a sign that the other person is not investing emotionally in you. When someone doesn't value your time, effort, and feelings, it can be extremely draining. Think of that friend who is never there when you need support, or who only comes to you when they need something. These are clear signs that emotional reciprocity is absent. As a chosen one, it is essential to protect your energy and spiritual well-being. Your time and energy are precious and should be invested in relationships that nourish and strengthen you. When you are constantly giving of yourself to someone who doesn't reciprocate, it can drain your strength and jeopardize your mission. Recognizing a lack of emotional investment is the first step towards freeing yourself from negative influences. If you notice that you're always reaching out and never receiving support in return, it's time to reevaluate this relationship. Be attentive to these signs and make decisions that favor your growth and spiritual peace. Remember that as a chosen one, you deserve to be surrounded by people who value and support your path. A second sign is to avoid people who often fight and take sides. If you look around, you'll see that these are people who never stop fighting. The characteristic of these people is that they don't just pass on things they don't need to fight about. What's more, after a fight with someone else, they force themselves to take their side, causing problems for others. The number of people we can meet in life is extremely limited. Even though each person is precious, if you meet a friend who fights often and takes sides like this, your whole relationship will be ruined. A fight is never a beneficial act for humans. A wise person never quarrels emotionally with others. If you observe people who quarrel frequently, you'll see that they can't control their emotions and are always busy arguing with others. These people rarely admit their mistakes and have very arrogant personalities. Anyone who thinks they are right and asks to be on their side is an arrogant person who overestimates themselves. Forcing their opinion on others is not the right attitude. They just insist on going their own way. As a chosen one, it's crucial to protect your energy and spiritual well-being by avoiding these people who bring constant conflict. Healthy relationships are based on mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation. When someone constantly creates conflicts and pressures you to take sides, they are showing a lack of consideration for your needs and feelings. By avoiding these people, you make room for more peaceful and constructive relationships, which promote your spiritual and emotional growth. If you are a person who quarrels frequently, you need to look at yourself. Recognize and work to control your emotions, because a chosen one must always seek wisdom and harmony. Make conscious choices to protect your energy and follow your path in a balanced and harmonious way. The third sign is to avoid people who take other people's worries lightly. In this world, heavy worries and light worries don't exist separately. The weight of life is relative, so each person feels the weight of life in a different way. Despite this, there is no need to continue sharing worries or joys with friends who always consider their own worries important, but those of others lightly. A person who respects only themselves without respecting others is worse than no one. No matter what kind of person the other person is, you can only open your heart when you respect that person as an inherent personality. The easiest way to respect others is to express your feelings to them. Say thank you from the heart when you are grateful. Saying thank you when you are grateful and apologizing when you are sorry is the basis of a proper relationship. Stay away from people who don't express gratitude and who disregard the feelings of others. The presence of such people in your life can undermine your confidence and inner peace. As one of the chosen ones, you deserve to be surrounded by those who truly value and respect your emotions and experiences. Be happy when you see someone happy. Comfort them when you see someone sad. A person who enjoys the suffering of others is someone who doesn't respect others. Taking pleasure in the immoral behavior of others is worse and more insidious than immoral behavior. You shouldn't be happy about the suffering and misfortune of others. People who minimize your concerns and show no empathy don't deserve your time and energy. They are incapable of offering you the emotional support and respect you deserve. Recognizing these people in your life and making the decision to distance yourself from them is an important step towards protecting your energy and spiritual well-being. Remember, as a chosen one, you deserve to be surrounded by people who appreciate and respect your concerns and who are willing to sincerely share your joys and sorrows. The fourth sign is to avoid anyone who forces their religious or political beliefs on you. All people cannot be the same. Ultimately, the relationship between people is about recognizing each other's differences and gaining the value of the relationship between others. So, no matter how good it is for you, you shouldn't force others to accept your beliefs. Especially in relation to religion and politics. These topics are deeply personal and can cause major conflicts if they are not handled with respect and sensitivity. Living with people who try to impose their beliefs can be extremely tiring and damaging. In fact, many conflicts arise precisely because of the imposition of strong beliefs on human relationships. Don't argue pointlessly with such people under any circumstances. Wise people avoid getting into arguments that could hurt the other person's pride. When someone starts insisting on their point of view in an inflexible way, discussions tend to turn into ego battles, where each side is more concerned with winning than with understanding the other. In reality, these arguments are pointless and unnecessary. What's the point of completely beating the other person in an argument? It's only a temporary victory, and the pleasure of that victory never lasts long. What's more, the biggest issue is that this victory is usually achieved at the cost of trampling on the other person's pride. Because of the victory gained by humiliating others, you can incur their resentment, and this can result in big problems in the future. As one of the chosen ones, it is essential to preserve harmony and respect in your relationships. Forcing your beliefs on others not only damages relationships, but also diverts you from the path of understanding and acceptance that is essential for spiritual growth. Cultivate relationships based on mutual respect and acceptance of differences, and avoid those who insist on imposing their own worldviews. By moving away from these negative influences, you make room for more authentic and peaceful connections. Surround yourself with people who respect your beliefs and are willing to talk without impositions, promoting an environment of mutual learning and spiritual growth. Fifthly, if you feel distressed when you meet a friend, avoid them. At the beginning of a friendship, everything is fun and exciting, but over time, the dynamic can change. If you notice that meeting a friend now brings you more anguish than joy, this is a clear sign that the relationship may no longer be healthy for you. Over time, people change. Those friends with whom you shared many similarities in the past may have gone their separate ways. As we mature, our priorities, interests, and lifestyles evolve. What was fun and harmonious before may no longer fit into your life today. It's natural that you and your friend have changed, and what was once a rewarding friendship may have become a source of stress. If you feel that this friendship no longer suits you, it's a sign that it may be time to re-evaluate this relationship. This change doesn't necessarily indicate anything negative about you or your friend, but rather that you have grown and developed in different ways. Relationships are two-way, and often, when you feel uncomfortable or distressed, it's likely that your friend is also sensing this disconnection. This situation can cause irritation and difficulties for both you and your friend. It's important to recognize that sometimes the best thing to do is to gradually distance yourself. To maintain harmony and mutual respect, consider gradually reducing contact. This doesn't have to be abrupt or painful, but rather a natural process of distancing, allowing you both to find new connections that are more in line with your current lives. As the chosen one, it is essential to preserve your inner peace and spiritual well-being. Being surrounded by people who bring you joy and support is fundamental to your journey. By moving away from friendships that cause you anguish, you make room for new, healthier, and more enriching relationships. Remember that relationships should nourish your soul and contribute positively to your growth. Sixth, avoid those who keep complaining about themselves. We all have moments when we need to vent and seek solace. However, these complaints should be appropriate to the situation and should not become a constant in our interactions. A person who complains incessantly without taking into account the situation of others shows a lack of empathy and consideration. If someone is always complaining to you, it could mean that they see you as an emotional dumping ground. Constantly accepting someone else's negative feelings can turn you into an emotional garbage can. This dynamic is harmful because you end up carrying the weight of someone else's negative emotions, which can affect your own emotional and spiritual health. Don't take it too seriously. Consider redefining your relationship with this person. Stay away from friends who only dump their sad feelings on you, and seek to be close to friends who genuinely listen and support you. Nature has given us 2 ears and 2 eyes, but only 1 tongue. This means that we should listen and observe more than speak. A good relationship is based on balanced communication, where there is room for both listening and being listened to. Remember that a good speaker is not just someone who speaks well, but someone who knows how to listen. Sadness and constant complaints are not good to share indiscriminately, as they end up staining everyone around you with negative emotions. Don't blame those who don't console your sadness. After all, everyone has their own burdens to carry. As one of the chosen ones, it is essential to protect your energy and avoid being burdened by negative emotions that are not your own. By distancing yourself from people who constantly complain about themselves, you make room for healthier, more balanced relationships. Surround yourself with people who contribute positively to your life, who listen and support you without overburdening you. Make conscious choices to maintain a social circle that nourishes your soul and promotes your spiritual and emotional growth. 7th, avoid people who take promises lightly or break them easily. We all understand that sometimes commitments have to be canceled due to unavoidable circumstances. However, even in these cases, there must be sincere regret and an effort not to repeat the mistake. When someone breaks a promise once or twice, it can be understandable. However, people who habitually forget that they made promises or break them without any consideration show a fundamental lack of respect. If you're dealing with someone who constantly breaks promises, it's a clear sign that they don't value the relationship or their word. In a healthy relationship, mutual respect is essential. Maintaining a relationship with someone who doesn't respect your promises is unnecessary and damaging. As a chosen one, you have the right to be respected and valued. Relationships based on empty promises and lack of commitment undermine your confidence and drain your energy. Never forget that you deserve to be surrounded by people who keep their promises and who respect you and your time. These people show that they value the relationship and are willing to invest in it in a genuine way. If you notice that someone in your life habitually breaks promises, consider ending that relationship as soon as possible. Protecting your integrity and spiritual well-being means surrounding yourself with trustworthy people who keep their word and show constant respect. By distancing yourself from those who don't keep their promises, you make room for more genuine and respectful relationships that promote your growth and inner peace. Make conscious choices to maintain a social circle that resonates with your dignity and divine purpose. 8th, avoid people who keep talking about the same worries. Talking about your worries is usually just a temporary comfort, rather than a genuine desire to receive advice from someone else. Wanting to be comforted by others is a natural human trait and should not be seen as a bad action. However, there are people who repeatedly bring up the same concerns every time they meet you, without showing any interest in seeking a solution. These people are often not really looking for advice, but for temporary validation. They may have already decided on the answer they want to hear and are just waiting for you to confirm their own opinions. Listening to other people's concerns and always offering unconditional support may feel good temporarily, but in the long run, it doesn't help the person grow or solve their problems. If you notice that someone in your life constantly brings up the same concerns without trying to make changes, it's a sign that this person is stuck in a cycle of negativity. This can become exhausting and damaging for you. As a chosen one, it's important to protect your energy and surround yourself with people who are looking for growth and solutions, not just temporary solace. Therefore, if you are a true friend, give sincere advice and encourage the person to take action to change their situation. Showing empathy and support is important, but it's also crucial to encourage action and responsibility. If the person continues to ignore your advice and remains stuck in the same worries, consider gradually walking away. You deserve to be in relationships that promote mutual growth and positivity. By avoiding people who constantly repeat the same concerns without seeking change, you make room for more balanced and constructive relationships. Remember that, as a chosen one, you have the right to preserve your inner peace and be surrounded by people who contribute positively to your life. 9th, avoid people who boast excessively. There are people who look down on others as if they were showing off their superiority, and when they meet them, only boast about themselves. When someone boasts about their own achievements, it not only makes them arrogant, but also creates a toxic environment around them. The most useless boasting is that of the past, where someone stood out at some point in their life. People who live by reminiscing about their past achievements often have nothing new or meaningful to share about their present. They cling to these stories because they feel unhappy or dissatisfied with their current life. The wisdom to living a happy and worthwhile life lies in enjoying and valuing what you have now. We've never seen a person who boasts a lot about their past who is truly happy in the present or who envisions a promising future. Those who know little but talk a lot often try to compensate for their insecurities or lack of recent achievements. They cling to the past instead of working to create a better present and future. As a chosen one, it is essential to maintain humility and stay away from people who boast excessively. These people can drain your energy and divert you from your own path of spiritual growth and fulfillment. True knowledge and wisdom are manifested in quietness and humility, not in ostentation. Surround yourself with inspiring and supportive people who live in the present and are constantly seeking growth and improvement. These are the people who really contribute to a positive and enriching environment. Finally, avoid people who don't spend money. These are the people who, when they meet someone, the first thing they say is that they don't have any money. If they're really poor, that's understandable. However, these people often go about enjoying life and doing whatever they want. But when it comes to you, they say they have no money. This is a clear sign that they are trying to use you. End the relationship with these people quickly. In a healthy relationship, both parties need to be good to each other for the relationship to last a long time. When someone is unwilling to invest financially, even in the smallest way, it shows a lack of consideration and respect. This attitude of taking advantage of someone else's generosity without giving back shows selfish and exploitative behavior. As a chosen one, it is essential to protect your energy and spiritual well-being. Relationships where one person tries to use the other will never be balanced or healthy. You deserve to be surrounded by people who value reciprocity and who are willing to share responsibilities, including financial ones. Recognizing and moving away from these people will help make room for more genuine and fair relationships. So, my friends, maintaining healthy and balanced relationships is essential for our emotional and spiritual well-being. Throughout life, we encounter different types of people, and it's crucial to discern which influences are beneficial and which can be harmful. Avoiding people who drain our energy, whether through toxic behavior, broken promises, constant complaining, or excessive boasting, is an important step towards maintaining our inner peace. Being aware of these signs helps us make healthier decisions and create a positive and nourishing environment around us. If you found this video useful, don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.